Well, I figured I'd come out and go ahead and make a video. Um, like I said earlier in the year, I wasn't gonna make them if I wasn't able to watch games and stuff. And I've really only been able to watch a few. I did end up going to two games this season. I went to the Pittsburgh game that we had at home, and the Broncos game, which was like 2 weeks later. And had tickets to the Giants game, but ended up selling them. Not because we lost the other two games that I went to, but Steelers game I went to with the coworker, so we got those tickets separately. And I bought one of those package deals. Right, I think it was the day tickets went on sale, actually back in like May. And I really wanted to go see Peyton Manning, before he retires. I don't know if he'll ever, come to Cincy again before he's done. But went to that game, and with that being back-to-back weekends that we played the Manning brothers, I knew my work wasn't going to give me 2 Sundays off. So ended up selling the Giants tickets to one of my bosses for her son's birthday. So he ended up getting a nice little victory there for his birthday. Um, didn't come out and make videos those weeks. Obviously, I just look on here and I don't have that drive that I used to. Was it 3 years ago, 4 seasons, whatever, when I first came on here. It's just not as much fun as it used to be. There's not a lot of good people to come on here and dick around with. I mean, some of my favorite people don't make videos anymore. It was always fun seeing Matty V, Bryn7, what the hell is his name? 412 Berg Boy or whatever. I mean, they were all Steelers fans. They were pretty cool, good vid makers. Um, that old guy that was a truck driver, he had 2 or 3 different names. You all know who I'm talking about. Everybody thought he was a drunk. He was a cool dude. Um, so wasn't really any point coming on here and trying to trash, Steel Legends. I mean, his videos ain't even like they used to be. I think I seen Hardcore Steel or some shit. I mean, he seems like an okay guy. Uh, Big Ben, whatever the hell his name is, that kid that's like 19. I mean, he's alright, but I just, I didn't see the point. Went to that game, we lost. It was interesting to see walking up in there with my coworker. I'd worked the um. Sorry, I'm watching the UC Duke game. It looks like Duke just tied it up, maybe 34-34. Um, I worked that Monday night game when we played the Steelers a couple years ago when I was doing security down at Paul Brown Stadium, and I was up in the club and suite area, so didn't get to see how the fans were aside from the few that were up there. But it's just like going to a fucking Cubs game when they come to town for the Reds. I mean, they were everywhere. Very interesting to see. Won't get into the attire that I was wearing. It's pretty cool. I guess I could go ahead and tell you, but it's not worth it. And then the Broncos game. I don't even know if there's any Broncos vid makers on here anymore, or at least not any good ones that I noticed. There used to be that I think he was Spanish guy. He would kind of sing real true 661 or some shit. I don't know if he's still around on another account. And Jay Cutler owns YouTube. I always thought he was another interesting guy to watch. He wasn't up on here, so didn't do anything for that game. And I've watched a few other games this year when I wasn't working, and like I said, I just don't have that drive anymore. Not really coming out to make this video like, oh yeah, we made the playoffs, but am very happy about that. First time we've gone back to back in 30 years, actually, 1981-82, led by none other than guy that should be in the Hall of Fame right now, Ken Anderson. Let's see. Oh, I guess if you've noticed, this is real, and that kind of hurts to go on. Well, fuck it, I'll go ahead and tell you. When I went to the Steelers game with my coworker, I shaved my beard and my head, and I wore actually wore a fucking Bane mask to the game. which was interesting because we're driving to the game and he's like, "When are you gonna put that on?" And we were on the highway just outside the city. And I was like, "You know what? I'll go ahead and do it now." So I put it on and I'm sitting there and just menacingly looking over at people out the window as they drive by. And some people like look over and kind of smile. So I mean, it was a good time. We parked like in the middle of the city, so walking through downtown, with the fucking Bane mask on, Bengals fans and Steelers fans just looking at me, and like I wouldn't even say anything. I just fucking stare at people. And I remember standing outside the gate when we were getting ready to get in. I mean, looking around, we were like the only fucking Bengals fans. We were like, 20, 30 deep in Steelers fans, and getting ready to go in the gate. In front of me, it was, I guess, a father and a son, and this kid was probably 5, 6, 7 years old, and he turns around and looks up at me. I mean, because I'm a big guy, and I'm standing there, fucking bald head and a Bane mask, and he looks up at me, and I just fucking stare right back down at him. And I don't know if I scared him or not, but I had a good time with it. I mean, if anybody's seen that movie, obviously they filmed it in Pittsburgh. Blew up Heinz Field and all that. So I figured I'd do that. Had a little fun with it. But anyway, like I said, I shaved, because I got hair now under my hat. Shaved my head and my face for that little get up, because it was like a little over a week before Halloween. But anyway, that was right before our bye week, and I think the mid-season point. I think we were like 3 and shit. 3. Hold on, we got 6 losses now. Anyway, we were like 1 or 2 games under 500 or whatever at that point, I think. And I decided, what, I'm gonna grow a little bit of a beard. No Shave November's coming up, and was going along with that. And the guy I went to the Steelers game with, one of my coworkers, he pointed out at one point, he's like, "You're not going to shave your beard anytime soon, are you?" And I was like, "I'm not sure why." And he's like, "Well, the Bengals have won like 4 games in a row since you've been growing that, and they're on a little bit of a streak." And I was like, "Okay, I'll go with it." Kept going, and then I guess they lost to Dallas a couple weeks ago. And I was like, "Do I have to shave it now?" And he's like, No, keep it going." I'm like, "You know what? I know that it goes against the rules and it's like a hockey thing, but I'll make this a playoff beard, and I won't shave until they make the playoffs." And he's like, "Yeah, that's cool." So we ended up clinching last week, and a lot of people that I know have been saying, like, "Hey, your beard's brought them good luck." So but I guess we made the playoffs, and I can't really shave it now. I might as well just try and go all the way till I get to the Super Bowl. If we get there. I know I don't sound really excited. My sinuses have been bothering me and shit. And I'm tired, but I figured since I got a little bit of time right now, and I'm off work today, I'll go ahead and try and throw this together. I know it's going to be another fucking 15, 20, 30, 40, 45 minute video of me just fucking rambling. But yeah, sorry to all the Steelers fans out there that are upset that we knocked you guys out of the playoffs. You should have seen this coming. Honestly, you guys haven't been the same since really since that Super Bowl loss to Green Bay almost 2 years ago. And even before that, I mean, you guys won in the playoffs, but you did struggle a little bit against, I forget which order you played them in. I mean, you struggled against Baltimore in the playoffs that year. They let you come back. Struggled against the Jets, I believe. But ended up beating them to go. But, in some aspects, and I know you guys still got the better organization, and you're going to throw up, I know Matty B'd come out here and be like, "Well, you guys didn't win a playoff game in 20 years, 0 rings, and all that shit." But, I ain't here to argue about all that. You guys are on your way downhill. Should have seen it coming, and that your organization can pop in whatever players they need, swap them in and out, get good coaching, scouting, and all that. And, we're getting players here and there. You see Geno Atkins. A lot of people around the league, from what I can see, are saying he could quite possibly be one of, if not the best defensive tackle in the league. So, A.J. Green, back-to-back Pro Bowls in his first 2 years. I believe my boy Andy Dalton is one of the alternates this year. which, depending on how the playoffs play out, injuries and all that, he could end up going. I always feel like when I'm thinking about making a video, I got a lot to say, and then when you're saying it, unless you got like a script or something and they're written down, can't really think of it. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Looking forward to the playoffs. I guess it's looking like, depending on how the seeding works out in this next week. I know we're getting ready to play the Ravens on Sunday, and not here to fucking fight with them, because that's just pointless. This game, honestly, to me, doesn't mean anything since we're already in, and we're going to have the 6th seed regardless, and we're going to be on the road all the way throughout the playoffs. I don't see a point in that. They beat us last time. I think we got a better chance to beat them this time. Not the same two teams that played in that first week. I guess Suggs going back and forth with his injury. I'm not sure. I know Ray Lewis, I guess they activated him, but they haven't decided yet if he's going to play. Yeah, I mean, you guys might set starters or whatever, looking for the playoffs. I don't know. But anyway, first week we're going to be in the playoffs. I know I had to work overnight the other night, and some guys were talking about it, and for some reason they're really afraid of the Patriots. And I was like, honestly, looking at everybody we got to face, and I know the Patriots are a dynasty. They've had a lot of good teams, in the last, 10, 12 years. That's probably who I'm least afraid of. Honestly, I'd rather probably play at them week 1 in Foxborough. I guess right now going into Sunday, Houston and Denver are 1 and 2. Obviously, Indy's 5 above us, so they'd be on the road too. So that first week, like I said, depending on how it plays out, it could probably be Baltimore and New England hosting home wildcard playoff games. And I'm thinking about 2005. Having to play the Steelers in the playoffs, even though it was a home game. I don't want to have to play. If they make it and we keep going, probably have to play them anyway. But that first week, I do not want to play a division team on the road. I also, like I said, I think about 2005 playing a division team, but I also think about 2009 when we had to play the Jets in back-to-back weeks, and it's, they probably base their game plan off of whatever they're doing this week, and if they don't do good, I don't know how that would turn up. So I'm hoping, honestly, that we play New England. Don't know if I'll make any videos for that. When the season's over, I do plan on saying, my yearly thing. I think I did one with A-Train last year. Sat down and made a video at Berg's house. Berg needs to get his ass back on YouTube, by the way. So does Hood A Jr. and whoever else. Of course, I was the original person on here, from what I know, making Bengals videos. So yeah, I want New England first week in the playoffs. I guess that's about it. Like I said, really excited we made it. Don't really sound like it right now, but that's alright. It doesn't make me any less of a fan. Yeah, like I said, I'll end up making, no matter, even if we win the Super Bowl, there's still some changes. And I know that sounds kind of stupid. You win the Super Bowl, you don't think there needs to be changes, but aside from, Mike Brown being our owner, there's a few things, position coaches and all that, and some players that need swapped around. I was in a discussion earlier on the Bengals message board about center Kyle Cook. Seems like since he's been back, the offensive line hasn't been doing that great. But I think Trevor Robinson, or whatever his name was, has been hurt. He might play this week over Cook, I'm not sure. But, yeah. Go ahead and wrap this up. You guys might see me next week. You might not see me again until preseason. I do have footage from the Denver game that I need to upload. I taped all kinds of crap, some of the videos that they play in the stadium that people talk about. Hopefully I can get that uploaded at some point. You guys know my Twitter. You know my Xbox Live. If you want to play Madden, Buck513Eyes. Also on PS Vita. PlayStation Network name is Fear the Tiger 08. FEARDATIGER08. Got a pretty good record going on there. I think I'm like 36-9 or something using the Bengals. I'll hit you guys up later. Who Dey, go Bengals. Peace.